Good morning. It is Tuesday Bliss on another episode of Mollie's TSA. Yes, the sun is not shining this morning. It's a little bit bleaky on the outside. But I'm reminded in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4 and verse 31 that says, "For the Lord thy God is a merciful God. He will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers, which he sware unto them." And this passage is telling me that no matter what, God has made a promise, and his promise that he will never leave us nor forsake us. That's the promise that God made. And God is a promise-keeping God. God is a God that his desire, his will is for all of us to make it to the kingdom. Now, in order for us to make it to the kingdom, there's something that we must do. We must have a prayer life. We must be intentional in our prayers. We must seek God's divine intervention in our life. We must pray for the spirit of discernment. We must be willing to accept God's instructions. So on this Tuesday Bliss, I want you to remember the promises that God made to his children, to you and I. To remember your promise as well that you have made to God. That comes what made your determination is to serve him, to be obedient to him, to follow his instructions, follow his words. And that's where we have to be purpose in our mind, in our heart, that we're going to continue to read his words. Pray. Probably more than Daniel prayed. We probably need to pray more than 3 times a day. We need to get back to basic. We need to remember who our Creator is. We need to remember who is in control of this body that was loaned to us. It's high time now we forget about all the things that are happening around us and to remember that his coming is very near. And whatever it is that we're doing, we ought to remember that at the end of the day, we have to give an account for our actions. So I want you to be determined in your efforts, in your deeds, in your mind today, to remember that God deserves our highest praise, and that God is still God, and that he sits high and look low, that he is the Alpha and the Omega, that he is the beginning and the end, and he commands things into existence. And so we have nothing to worry about once we put our trust in God. So today, Tuesday Bliss, remember who our Creator is. And I want you to enjoy today. No matter what is happening around, I want you to keep your eyes fixed on Jesus. So thanks again for watching another episode of Mollie's TSA. Think it, speak it, and act. Do have yourself a blessed day.